YouTube. How is it going? It's Carl Tresov here, Tarry, the psychic medium, 14, 15 years. Today is Soul Sunday, so I might choose a little word of the day from my little basket. That could be something that I do. And then I'm going to be doing a TikTok live with my friend Courtney, who was here for a little bit. So we're going to be talking on some things, which will be a wonderful thing to do with her. And yeah, I think that is kind of it. I have updated my Calendly, which I think I let everybody know that I was in that space, that I had done that. And it's Father's Day today, so happy Father's Day if you are a father. That in general is a whole initiation ceremony, crazy experience that maybe I will talk on a little bit. So entering into that world, well, through that portal, essentially, has been very challenging and very difficult. My daughter was 3 in May. Now, without going too much into that space, because it's not all of it is my story to tell, and that story is still doing what it needs to do, but it has definitely, not been a process that has been easy. It has forced me to look at all of the different things inside of myself that were in the way of me, really stepping into my masculine energy, really stepping into my work, my service, my purpose, all of the things, that the masculine energy is, what's the word? When utilized in the way that it wants to be expressed, is the most maybe nourishing form of that energy. So, it's doing things for me, it's doing things for mum, it's doing things, that we both need in order to inhabit ourselves a little bit more. But definitely nobody could have prepared me for it. And it is uncomfortable. Growing pains, I think that in general, I've always been somebody, I've said this before, that is okay with looking at things within myself that are difficult in order to continue to grow it, to continue to grow. Because why wouldn't you want to continue growing? You don't get the good stuff unless you're prepared to look at the negative, bad stuff and continue to move through those things and to move through those spaces. So yeah, I had to look at a lot of different things. Great, wonderful, wonderful experience. I think that we are continually in a state of evolution and growth and change. Some of the things and some of the topics that I speak on, right? Most of the time, I speak because I have been there and I know. So it's not willy nilly just spouting opinion. I think that there is objective truth. I've said that time and time again. I also have a podcast called Tower Talks. The last episode I did was on objective truth and the fact that that is something that can be found. I am also interested in what is the most nourishing version of something, what is the most undiluted version of something. The same as if you look at food, or you have squash, orange squash that you can buy in a supermarket that's got additives and preservatives and whatever. That is a very, very diluted version of squash or juice. Fresh, picked off the tree fruit juice that you can consume. There's varying layers of that one thing. One is the purest form of that, and one is a very, very diluted, weak version of it. I am interested in what is the most nourishing version of love, relationship, sex, partnership, union, marriage, sexuality, food, God, spirituality, life in general. And if you want those things, sometimes you've got to explore, you've got to understand what the opposite of that is. I will continue to live my life that way, and I will also do that with fatherhood. So happy Father's Day again. And once again, I think that the thing that I've really been learning is boundaries, very, very strongly. Um, Also to really know myself, not to get sucked into other people's drama, their energy, or if that happens, to maintain a fucking sense of myself and say, fuck off, don't care what you think, who you are, yeah, because I know who I am. So yeah, it's very interesting when you are very freely expressive and quite open. You then have to shadow box other people's insecurities, their projections, their manipulations. Especially if you are somebody that does the work I do, where I see things. I sometimes draw people to me who are in need of my help and my assistance, but sometimes it comes out in very, very horrible, ugly ways, and and I need to maintain a sense of self and boundaries to protect myself. You know, yeah. So yeah, but I will continue to be an advocate for people and for love and for light. And I'll stand up against the things that are not okay. Because I made a post the other day saying that I shared it. It was like we're kind of in a dystopian nightmare. We've got all of these people that are in positions of power. I may have even made a YouTube video about this. I did. Uh, all of these people that are in positions of power, medical professionals, therapists, people in government, that health leaders, people making massive fucking choices and decisions for us as people in the world, and these people perhaps shouldn't be in positions of leadership. Now, I think that there's godliness in all of it, right? So let's not get it twisted. But I think that sometimes it's to show us what not to do, so then we can see what is the most undiluted version of what that looks like, so that other people can step up and say, thank you, we're going to take the mantle now, and we're going to go this way, because actually what you're doing is fucking shit up. Let's stop bombing people, let's stop cutting people's genitals off, let's stop euthanizing people because we can't help them mentally. Not okay. These things are not okay. Why do we have a pharmaceutical companies that keep people sick by the food that they also make and manufacture, so that they make money, and we are consuming them like fucking idiots? There should be things in place that are protecting people. Becoming a father has really made me go, whoa, things need to change in the world. It's not okay. We need to stand up, talk about it, share and spread information. I am interested in working with people that are in positions of, uh, influence, shall we say. Listen, on the side, I don't even need to be, behind the scenes. Because if this service, this work, can help those people to really connect to God and spirituality and do what is the best for, large groups of people, that is what the fucking work is for. We need people to lead that have a connection to God and spirituality in a healthy way, not from a way that's an abuse of power because there's something lacking or missing in themselves, so they just want to do it to feel something. See that all of the time. That's why people chase power, fame, celebrity. The issue with that stuff, though, is once again, you can then be open and susceptible and vulnerable to manipulation and control because there's a weakness there. Whereas if you're like, fuck it, I don't really care. I could take it or leave it. Nobody could do nothing. So, service-orientated leadership. We've just moved into that astrologically. I posted that in one of the videos that I made yesterday, I believe. So yeah, that's what I'm interested in. So, if you can help one person who can influence tens of thousands of people for the good of all, fucking wonderful, great. It's very important to have discernment and boundaries, and also to know that God is working. So that is it. If you want to work with me, carltruststuff.com. You can contact me via my website. I then have, for my larger sessions, a link to my Calendly so you can book in, and then payments are bank transfer or PayPal. So that is that. If you want to, I'm taking bookings from now until September, October. I'm gonna get ready for this live that I'm about to do today. Like I would always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a